Hi everyone, welcome to the start of my channel. My name is Kato. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we're doing a thrift flip. I've always wanted to make one of these videos. I went thrifting a few days ago and I picked out quite a few items. So whenever I go thrifting, I kind of look for ugly clothes that could kind of make me fit better. Not necessarily going for ugly clothes, but sometimes you find some items that are a little bit questionable, but I like a challenge and I want to see what I can make. This is the rest of the stuff that I got at the thrift store. I got a lot of really cute velvet items, a lot of cute dresses, some sweaters. Everything was at a really affordable price. Everything was on sale, so I took advantage of that. Also, I recently got myself a sewing machine, so I've been experimenting with different fabrics, different materials, and I really want to improve my seamstress skills. So for today's video, it's going to be more of a simple minimum sewing thrift flip. So here's the dress. It's very ugly. I think it's very unflattering, and I hate the glittery flowers at the end. Regardless, I like a challenge, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to make this dress into two more flattering wearable tops. So I wanted to make the long sleeves of this dress. I decided to cut off the top and make it an off-the-shoulders crop top. I went ahead and placed a pin about 1.5 inches below the neckline. I added more pins as a guide of where I needed to cut, forming a curvature from shoulder to shoulder. Once I finished lining up the pins on top, I grabbed another one to mark off where I wanted the crop top to end. So before cutting off the top part of the dress, I added 2 more pins just closer to the edges just to give myself a better guide of where to cut. And then I just went ahead and grabbed some fabric scissors and then just cut directly below each pin. So before cutting off the bottom of the shirt, I grabbed the measuring tape just to make sure I made the line as straight as possible. I'm using that seam that was already on the dress as a guide, so I added 2 extra pins 3.5 inches below, and then I cut a straight line right below the pins. So I just tried on the shirt to make sure it fits me nicely, and you know what, I'm not gonna hem anything. I'm just gonna call this shirt done. Since it is a velvet material, velvet doesn't usually fray, so I think we're good with just leaving this one the way it is. Okay, so I think I just made my new favorite shirt. It's giving me some casual vampire vibes, which I am living for. It fits me really well and it's really flattering, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. The dress already came with little ties, and I decided to keep them, so I just tied them to the back of the shirt. I have no use for these pink glittery sparkly flowers, so I'm gonna go ahead and just cut off a straight line from here. So with the flowers out of the way, I'm gonna turn it around. The back side is just plain velvet. I'm gonna cut at the seams, and then we're gonna use the back half as the straps. Now I'm gonna fold the fabric in half, then add some pins to the folds to create a guide to let me know where to cut. We're gonna make 2 separate strips for the straps. So I tried on the top and it was way too big for me, so I went ahead and turned the fabric inside out. I placed pins along the side to cinch in the shirt to fit me better. Then I'm going to sew a straight stitch along the pins. You can also just hand sew the fabric together, but I prefer using a machine just because it's a lot faster. Once everything is all sewn out, I'm gonna go ahead and try on making sure it fits, and if it fits nicely, which it did, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off the excess fabric. Okay, so now we're gonna make the straps. I grabbed one of the strips, folded it in half with the velvet sides touching. I'm gonna pin down all along the edge just to keep the fabric together. Once that's done, we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other strap. We're gonna take it over to the sewing machine and then sew against the pins. Once both the straps are sewn down, I'm gonna use my loop turner to turn the straps inside out again, showing the velvets. This tool is really handy to make straps because the hook at the top allows you to easily invert the material. If you don't have one of these, you can just go ahead and fold the fabric inside out by hand. It's just a little bit more tedious. So with the hook attached to the top, I'm just gonna tug it a little bit at the top, making sure the fabric feeds inside the tube, and then I'm gonna pull at the ends. So the hook came out and brought back the top of the fabric, and we could just go ahead and turn everything inside out. Here's the shirt progress so far. I put some pins down here on each side and on the back just to mark off where I'm going to be sewing the straps. I think this is a pretty good length for me, so once we sew these down, I'm not going to worry about hemming the bottom or hemming the top, so we're going to call this shirt done. Now that everything is sewn down, I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the extra fabric on the straps. And here's the second shirt. I'm really happy with it. It was really easy to make. I'm really glad I got these two nice shirts out of that one dress. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, found it entertaining or informative. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!